Alright, let's go ahead and get it started today. Welcome all to with whoever's watching. So today we've got I've got some extra prismatic that I never opened, so I'm going to try to take care of that today, as well as it's a Japanese prismatic terrestrial festival. But for the main cards that we're going to be opening today, it's going to be the Journey Together set, because I was actually able to get some cards of that. So let's see if we can't get that Zoroark, huh? But we're gonna do that one second. Or I guess third in that sense. I actually really want to finish getting through the prismatic stuff that I have. So we'll go ahead and start with the Japanese one, and then we'll move over to the English variants. Because I haven't opened Pokemon in a bit. The magic cards took way too long. It makes me wonder how some more Digimon's gonna go in the fifth card game, and I'm gonna try and add to all of this. Scissors. There we go. Hopefully that actually cut it. It did not, because why would it? Dude, what is so hard about... Is that cutting it? Wow, I can't believe I'm having this much trouble with opening a card pack. It's just cards. There we go. That took a second. Let's see here. There we go. All unwrapped. Nice looking box. If the plastic ones go in the trash bag, that would be awesome. Alright, so let's open this up. Let's see what we got. Well, that didn't open like I wanted it to. Let's try it again. There we go. I won't need these bits. Alright. Open her up. Get it to pop out. How? Oh, and a QR code. Well, you know what? I don't need that QR, so I'll just get that as close to the camera so I can focus it as possible. Let that be somebody else's prize treasure. There's a second one. I don't know if it's the same QR code or if it's a different one. Let me because it blocks my screen a little bit. I hope that's okay. If it's not, oh well. So let's go ahead and get these out of here. Let's see if we can't get something pretty good out of the Terrestrial Festival. And then we'll see if we can't get something good out of the regular. So I'll leave the box there. I'll leave it like that. There's no problem leaving it like that. So let's go ahead. Open these up as cleanly as I possibly can. I'm going to try and save the wrap on this first one. Maybe. It might not be possible. It legitimately might not be possible, actually. Hang on. This does not want to open. This does not want to open cleanly. Once I get one, I can just open the rest of them like a barbarian. Come on. Come on, you got it. Gamate Paxon. There you go. I can get one side, I can get the other side. Oh, It's going. There it is. There it is. There we go. All right. Get these out. Oh, where's the energy? Oh, I've never actually opened the Japanese one, so I don't know if the Japanese ones are different. They put it at the end. Oh, there's no energy in here. Oh, I didn't notice how Japanese work. There's no energy in here. Oh, okay. Didn't know that. I'm gonna save that. Save the wrap for collector's sake, I guess. Pretty cool to have EB on the front. I'm glad the little puffball got, or well, it's not pink, but I'm glad the little fuzzball got something. Probably always get something, but you know, it's always good to get more. Anyway, let's see. We've got. Do that. I'll probably stick them all back in this boxes so I can differentiate them because I don't want them to go in the same collection box that I have. The camera's gonna obscure me a little bit because it's just hard to like reorganize it. But we've got Swirlix. I can do this. I can do this. It's not Revavroom. It's the pre-evolution. I can do this. I can do this. I can't do this. What is it? What is it? Okay, okay. Well, I'm actually gonna have to look it up. I don't want to just butcher the name and just forget it. Hang on. Let me just type Revavroom right quick. I can't remember how to type this Pokemon. Wow, I cannot search up this Pokemon right now. That is sad. Wait a minute. That's insanely sad. Alright, let me just do the Paldean Pokédex then, because I'm gonna have to figure that out. I'm not a bitch. I'm gonna figure out what the name of the thing is. Because it's not in my memory, because I don't think I even used the thing during my playthrough. Let's see. Oh, I didn't really know there was an ad. Let's see here. Let me see if I can't figure this out. Where is the Dex? How do I get to the Dex? Why is it always hard to get to the Dex on Bulbapedia? Like, dude, typing Dex should just let me get to the Dex. I forget there's a character named Dex. That, you know what? That's fair. That is entirely fair. Completely forgot there is a character named Dex. I love how I'm just dragging this out. Here we go. Paldean Pokédex. Should not have taken me this long to even find it, but like, then I still have to find the actual thing itself, and I don't remember. I don't remember where you even find that. Was it along the coast? Actually, it might have been along the coast. Oh, where is this thing? This Magnemite. Zork. I wish it was just easy for me to spell the thing's name out, but I can't. I don't remember the evolution's like spelling because I just tried to type it, and the way I thought isn't working. Here we go. Oh, because it is an actual A. It's Vroom. It's Vavroom. Okay. Yeah, I feel dumb now. Vroom. It took all that time just to get to Vroom. That's great. Okidogi probably with the Adrena boost ability. I think it's reverse hollow too. That's funny. Wo-Chien, that's also a reverse, I think. And then the Leafeon, now that one's pretty cool. I wasn't expecting to get the Leafeon. I'm going to set that to the side because I actually really wanted that. That's interesting that it's just smack in the middle. But we get, and that was Leafeon EX, not just regular Leafeon. Iron Bundle, I don't know what its ability was. Is that. Okay, it is Dracloak, so it's Dracloak. Colorless Tenacity, regular Sylveon, and Festival Grounds. Alright, that was a good first pack. I wasn't expecting to get the Leafeon EX. Now to be a Barbarian. Only one pack needed to survive. The rest of them I don't care about. So I guess I don't need to worry about the order because I don't see any energies. So, like, let's see what we got in this one. We're starting off with Azora, going into the Finizen, I believe was his name. Fluttermane, good old Fluttermane. A regular, reverse Hollow Jolteon. Always gotta love those. Goldeen with the ability. Peachrunt EX, which is pretty cool looking. Probably isn't actually worth anything. I don't know if I would ever use Peachrunt. I'd have to try and build a deck around that one. I don't know. Maybe in due time. I know I would love to make the Festival League one, and I might want to actually keep that Goldeen. You know what? I'm going to move the Goldeen to the side as well. But this is going to be like I want to make something with that side. That's just I think it's worth something. Jirachi. I don't know what Jirachi's ability is, so I have to look into that one. Coder, Turos. I don't remember if it's Turo Scenario with that art or if it's just Professor's Research. One or the other, though. One or the other. And then a Buddy Poffin. Have to just go off a feel with these because I can barely read Japanese, but I don't remember most of the characters on any of these cards. Like, I do not remember most of the Japanese I tried to learn upwards of, I think, like a year or two ago. And trying to go back into Spanish now is like, yeah, there's no time for another language. I'm not even going to fathom the opportunity right now. Not until I at least am, like, certified in Spanish. And I don't know if that's going to be soon or if that's going to be years from now. Alright. We got a Dunsparce. We've got Abra. I was about to say Mienfoo because that art looks like Mienfoo a little bit, and not Abra, but it's Abra. We got Iron, not Thorns. What was it called? Is it Iron Boulder? I don't remember if it's called Iron Boulder. Brute Bonnet. I think this is the one with the Toxic Powder ability, which I kind of actually like. I like that one. Dracloak EX. I don't remember what it was about that, but I think that actually had something going along with it. Hoodoo. Gotta love good old Hoodoo. The bane of everybody's existence. Probably not anymore. I'm sure it's been worked around, but like I still remember the meme of this thing being like the death of the fun in this game. I believe it's Pokemon Catcher. I'm not sure what that stadium is actually. I am not sure what that stadium is. I will have to look up what that stadium is. Hmm. I can probably find, let's see here. Can I get the Terrestrial Festival? Like, is it still organized like that? Or will it? Well, I have to just go to. I probably actually have to just go to Prismatic. Thank you, Clipping Bot. Very cool. Let's see. I might be able to figure this one out. So. I know for a fact the regular Leafeon EX is like probably not that great, and you're really mostly looking for things with the Master Ball print on them. Like you want those as well as like regular full arts. That Badoo doesn't have a print on it. Um, I had a Pokeball pattern on some of these. Would be cool. Let's see. Let's have to find what the other one is. Oh, you know what? It's 181 at a 187. This is at a 131 though. Yeah, I'm not sure about the festivals or the stadiums. I mean, never was too sure about them. I mean, I could probably just figure it out later too. Let's see if I go by number. Will it? Oh, I need to take that off. There we go. Yeah, it doesn't go. It doesn't go the way I thought it would. Let's see. I might still be able to use it in the way that it tries to sort though, because it at least tries to sort the stadiums and the like together along with everything else. Three zeros under depths. Yeah, I know it's not that. Is it? Is it like a Lumios tower type of thing? Okay, maybe I maybe could have passed it. The only reason I'm not just straight up typing it is because there's a bunch of like keybinds on my keyboard, and I don't want to mess anything up here. So, you know what? Padding. It's just padding out the time because otherwise, I would be done with all of these cards in like half an hour, give or take. It's not hard to open the Pokemon packs. It is harder to actually figure out which ones are which in Japanese. Good thing I have a pocket encyclopedia. It'd be great if my thumbs weren't too big. If my thumb wasn't so big, because I just messed up my entire search. And now it's going to take like 30 minutes for this to actually load up properly. Come on, man. Jamming tower. Okay. Because I haven't seen or used this before, so I was like, what is this? What does it do? I'm not going to get told what it does, am I? I'm just going to get the price of it. Well, now I know it's the jamming tower. I guess what I can do now instead is just do this. Oh, it's not in regular prismatic. Oh, okay. Prismatic and terrestrial are different sets? Well, that's new to learn. All right, I will just look it up later. I remember Jamming Tower from something else, but huh. And then Morty's Conviction. I don't remember that in the other prismatic. Okay, I didn't know they were completely, well, not completely, but almost completely like different sets. I guess that should have been my tip off when I saw that version of Brute Bonnet, because that version of Brute Bonnet is not the more recent Brute Bonnet. So that should have been my first tip off, I guess. All right, but no more delays. Hopefully everything else will be either it's just cool to look at, or if I really care, I will do something about it later. With that being said, Feebas, Reller. Is it Reller? I think it's Reller. Natu, not Zatu. Blood Moon Ursaluna. Uh, Archaludon. Iron Crown with the holographic. I kind of like how it looks, so I'm just put it over here. Another Dracloak. The Steel Chick. Uh, ooh. I won't lie. I can't. Amaris. I don't actually remember her name. I straight up just don't. She didn't have a lot. She didn't add a lot to me in that DLC. Regular Umbreon. And a new card that I don't know. Okay. Woo. A new card I don't know. Why are the sets different? Why are the sets different? What is that? 183? 183. Moonlit Hill. Okay. Moonlit Hill. Oh, you know what? Using TCG Player on my phone to look at the card probably would be a better idea because I can get a translation of what it does. So, Moonlit Hill is during each player's turn, they may discard a basic psychic energy and heal 30 damage from each of their Pokemon. Oh, discard it from the hand in order to heal 30 from each of their Pokemon. That's some okay healing, actually. At least early on. Interesting. And it's 90 cents, apparently, if it's hollow. That's unfortunately not hollow. But, okay. That's cool to learn for a card like that. Let me see. Can I get the set? I want the set. I don't really want to shop single cards, but I would like the set. Oh, the Jolteon's actually okay. That's fair. It's entirely fair. The Dracloak is not. The Petron is not, but the Leafeon actually is. All right, so I'll put that to the side, and then I'll just use that for any of the next ones. And we'll just open this one up. Let's see what we can get. Opening them up. Good old Gibble. Honedge. Tinglu. Had to think about that one for a second. Bramblegast. I think that has the Wind Rider thing for drawing a card too, so that one I might actually want to put to the side. That one might be okay. Terapagos EX. I'm gonna put that over here. I was needing to know one of those. Kadabra. Gabite. Hobbenberry? Copenberry? One of the two. It's one of those two. It's a berry. I can tell you that much. And a regular Leafeon. And then Explorer's Guide. To Wildmount. I don't know why I looked down over here for the cards like they were over there. Okay. We'll keep going. We've got a Charcadet, a Totodile. Oh, that's pretty cute. And then for Alligator right afterwards. And then Zero Aura. And then Pattern Crispin. Okay. Pattern Crispin. Iron Leaves. As well. Nice. Probably isn't actually all that great, but I'm also just separating EXs a little bit. Doublet. Briar. What is it again? Great Tusk. Great Tusk. And then a Miracle Hammer. There we go. Starting to see a lot of these, some of the old ones too. It's really cool to see that the sets are different, because I can maybe get something brand new that I never really thought about, and maybe I can make it work. I don't know if, you know, anybody I would play with, because I'm probably never going to full on competition. Maybe one day, maybe put it on the bucket list, but you know, playing in, you know, regular stuff, some casual things. I don't think anybody would mind having the Japanese card there, aside from the language barrier. But you know, that's just called having something to translate it on your side. Anyway, we got the Eevee. Yeah, keep it over there. Bramblin, Dusknoir, Sinistea, I believe is the evolution. Poltergeist is the pre there. It's got a pre. Oh my god. Oh my good lord. Speaking of pre, I'm gonna pre. Holy. Okay. All right. Well, nothing else matters tonight aside from if I get that Zork. Nothing else matters tonight. Literally the best card I could have pulled from this. This is a collection. As much as I would love to play it too, I have no clue if it's even good to play. I would love to look into if an Umbreon is good to play. The Umbreon EX, I mean. Because I don't remember what the moves are. Again, can't really read Japanese. But, this is literally the best card out of the set. Like, here we go. Excuse me. Yeah. The English variant, I believe, would be so much higher than the regular variant. Then the English variant should be higher than the Japanese variant. So if I pull that out of the surprise packs, just saying. But the Umbreon EX for the Japanese variant is a $350 card. So I will now take good care of this card, just to let you know. Oh my god. Oh, okay. That's a clip. Oh, wow. Okay, you're gonna sit right over there. You're gonna sit real pretty. I'm gonna try and get through this, and then I'm gonna put that in my binder that I have. I'm so glad I bought that. Actually, no, because I don't really have a spot to put the binder over here, and I don't want to put it on my keyboard. Let's get through the rest of this pack and then keep opening the rest of them. Jolber, Dusclops, Larry, Little Larry, Lacey, and then Zatu. All right. Would never have thought that one was gonna happen today. Always luck of the cards, baby. Heart of the cards. If only there was certain somebody else who could have seen that. I would have loved if somebody else could have saw that. They would have went absolutely insane, actually. But I'll show them the clip of it later. That's all that matters. Um, we got no, you're not forgetting. You're not that old yet. You're not that old. You're not that old yet. You know what this is. Um, Duskull. Okay, Duskull, Duskull, Duskull. I'm only 25. I shouldn't be forgetting that. Duskull, Duskull. I'm scared to age. Wiglet. Um, Fezandipidus. Iron Moth. Rabska. Oh, that's got the pattern. I gotta put that over there. That's got the pattern. Okie Dokie EX, which I didn't even know was a thing. Rotom Fan. For card draw, actually. I'm gonna put that over there for card draw. The Terra Orb. Do I want that? I'm gonna put it to the side. I don't remember if I actually want a Terra Orb for some ideas I was cooking up, but I might leave that on the side. A Janine's Secret Art. Don't really need it. And then a Therapeutic Energy, I believe. I believe that's Therapeutic, not Mist. I believe it's Therapeutic. That's the... Oh, wow. That's the first energy of today. That's insane. I'm not used to not getting energies out of these packs and just, like, you know, shifting them forward or starting with the energy. That was just, like, a new one for me. Is this how all Japanese packs go? Do Japanese... Does the Japanese get, like, energy in their packs, actually? That's something I'm going to have to look up. I'm not too familiar with how the Japan side works there. So if it's completely different, you know, I'd love to learn a little bit about it. Beldum? I was about to say Goldango. No, it's, I'm not that old. Gimme goal. Trubbish? Oh, Darkmoor Pico. I kind of like that. I wonder what the ability actually is. Darkmoor Pico. Koraidon. The Jolteon I was missing in my life. Thank you. I needed that. Another Rapska. I think actually I need that for something else. Palafin, but not the hero form. The Radar, I believe. And then Energy Retrieval, I think that is. That should be Energy Retrieval. Alright, one more of the Terrestrial Festival. One more of the Terrestrial. This Applin's going over here because I need that for the festival lead set thing I was going for. Dreepy. Relicanth. Knocked Owl. I kind of like the reverse on this. I love the hollow. I did want to actually use the Jewel Seeker thing on it. I'm going to put that over here. I'm going to just fish out the Hoodoo. I think this is for Pokemon Tools, where I can grab 4 Pokemon Tools, but I will not be able to tell you what the name of it is. It is an A-Spec, though, so I will put it in the other stack. Blood Moon EX. That's the one where I think it's like the more on the bench, the less energy that costs. Diplin. Alright, there you go. I don't remember which energy this is. I'm not even going to try. Earthen Vessel is always pretty good if you're running those type of things. And Kieran. I don't need more earthen vessels right now, but you know, it's still good to see those. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and pack this side up. I'm gonna keep these that I want to use for later on my side here. Now if I want to pull some of these out, I will. Let's see, did I put that hoot hoot? Hoot hoot was in the middle here, if I remember correctly, so it shouldn't be too hard to find it. I won't be making the deck I want to with these for probably a good amount of time. I actually should pull the Reller and put it over here. Oh, there he goes. There he is. Alright. Not, at least not with what's sitting here. So, not yet. But I will keep these separate so that I can keep up with them. So that I know which ones are my Japanese cards and which ones are my English. But yeah. If you told me today I was going to hit big before even starting the actual set that I was supposed to be starting, I would have called you crazy. I would have just called you crazy. But the fact that that just happened is insane to me. It's what we call, like, pre-show magic. Alright, let me go ahead and grab my binder, and I will be right back after these messages. It's just so insane to me. Like, it's so insane. Somebody in the channel? It keeps getting stuck on the... There you go. There you go. That is so insane to me. That is just not a card I was expecting to get, like, at all. So insane. I'm going to set it up there. I don't have a lot of other spots to actually put it. So, ooh. Alright. That's the terrestrial side done. I'll keep these over here and I'll sleeve them after everything's all said and done. Some pretty good ones, not gonna lie, that I was really hoping for. Like, especially a bunch of the Eevees. I wonder if the Eevees have a higher chance to show up in terrestrial than they do in English. Don't follow me. I'll keep these over here. Alright, we'll set that there. We'll go ahead and open the surprise box. Every good show's got to have that pregame before we get to the big thing. Now, there's only 4 packs in the surprise box, but I think there's some other stuff in here that I would like to show too. I've been waiting a while to open these, so I'm glad I finally get the chance to open them here. There you go. We'll push you out so I can get the stuff out of it. Little covering for it, and then how does this open? Like, I love this design, by the way. It's just the Eevee, and then you got all the evolutions on the bottom too, and it's like, yeah, this is cool. This is really cool. I wonder what else should get like some type of treatment like this, because like, I'm glad Eevee gets it. I'm glad Zorg is getting it because of like end stuff and everything. But you know, Wonder if I can get like some sort of like Crobat thing. Maybe like get what's his name? Silver's Crobat. Something like that, you know? Maybe get dog, how does this open? I feel so stupid right now. How does this open? Like legitimately, how does this open? I don't know how to open this. Is it this way? Is it no, there's no way it opens from the bottom. There's no way it opens from the bottom. Hang on. My poor stubby fingers having to deal with this. Oh, there you go. I hate that I had to rip it a little bit, but I could not get that open. Alright. Ooh, I love the dividers. Those are pretty cool. Yep. I hate that I had to rip it, but let's see, is that everything in here? That should be everything in here, right? Yep. Yep. Alright. Ah. And then it wants to open. And then it wants to open after I've kind of ripped it. Alright. Well. What I'm gonna do now is just close this up because I don't need the box anymore. Try and keep everything together so that I can put them back. Always good to keep some of the packaging just for, you know, collecting memorabilia's sake. It wants to go back in, actually. Go back in. All right. Yep. All right. Yeah. You don't have to go back in, I guess. Yeah. Doesn't have to if it doesn't want to. I suppose. You know. It can be prissy like that. There you go. All right. I don't want to set you on the floor, but I really don't have a lot of other options. I love my house. Up top. It's not adding too much weight. I think we have more dividers as well. There's also okay, so this one comes with the Vaporeon EX as a as like a little Duhicarus. I actually wanted to try and use this one too. It does come with a code card. I'm going to use it for myself. I'm going to be a little bit selfish. I'm going to set that over here because I really do want to use that. And we also still have okay, so the dividers actually are front and back. So we have Leafeon, Glaceon, Gen 4, Flareon, Jolteon, which means Espeon, Umbreon, and then Sylveon, Espeon. Oh yeah, Jolteon. Did I say Flareon, Jolteon, or Flareon, Vaporeon? You know, we're not gonna care. We're not gonna talk about that. But some dividers are pretty cool. I can use these. These are pretty cool. All right, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 packs. I opened and got the Umbreon, so we're gonna open the Umbreon pack first. I already saved the ones for these, so I don't have to care, and I already opened this one perfectly, so that's fun. That's so fun. All right. This code card, y'all can have though. Now we'll set that over here. And then we will see what we get. So, going back to normalcy on the English side, we got the basic energy. We got a Lopunny. It's going to confuse me a little bit. We got the Friends of Paldea. Got a Bronzor. Got a Furfrou. Got a Kieran. Got a Slowking. Got a Buddy Poffin. Got a Rotostick with holographics. Got a Furfrou with holographics. And we got a regular Flareon. Reverse holo. The original trio. Actually, the art of this didn't actually break either. I'm actually just going to keep that too. You know what? Backups are backups. Second code card for you. The other two will be mine. We got Hollow Energy, Baneri, Hippowdon, Pinsir, Larvitar, Executor, Binding Mochi, a tool finally, the Rescue Board, another tool, the Ogre's Mask, Hollow, a Slowpoke Hollow, and Glaceon Reverse Hollow. Speaking of, we'll open the Glaceon pack. Because why not? This is mine. I'm going to set it over here. Off of the camera. Grass Energy, Black Belts Training, a Fan Rotom, a Slowpoke, a Hippopotas, the Sea King. Set that here. Actually, I should also take this Fan Rotom and set it there too. Yeah. Another Kieran. Another Executor. Let's go here. Why is this here? Why did I put that here? Why did I put the slipper here? A Maximum Belt. Attacks used by the Pokemon. This card is attached to do 50 more damage to active EXs. Okay. Alright. Good old A-Specs. Is this like worth? I don't know. Maybe that's like actually with the festival idea, this could actually be worth maybe. Oh, with the festival idea, this would nuke a Terra. Yeah, actually, I might put the maximum build on it if there's not like a better here maximum belt. 71 cents, ain't that great? But I might be able to use that. Regular Great Tusk, and then Groudon Reverse Hollow. Still funny that Groudon's in here. Finally, last but not least, the last prismatic. Alright. Last of the prismatics up. Starting off with a Kulo Eevee. I'm going to take away that card. And Holographic Steel Energy. Into the Boosted Evolution. I'm just going to stick that over there. Into a Spritzy. And then Pupitar. Another Duskull. A Crispin. Screamtail. A Glass Trumpet. A second Glass Trumpet, but this time it's Pokeball pattern. Hippowdon, and then a second Espeon for my troubles. Alright, Espeon EX. Believe I already had an Espeon EX. If I don't, then that's the first one. Alright. That was pretty cool. I'm going to stack the regular cards. So we can get ready for the Journey Together sets. Where do I want to put the regular cards? I didn't think about that. I didn't think about that at all. Yeah, we'll slot them up here. That'll be fine. I just don't. I need to clear open space for Journey Together. Let's see if we can get that Zorg. I'm already a happy man, but can I get more happy? Is the true question. All right, let's get you open. What a beaut. Honestly, I'm so surprised I even was able to get this. It includes one bonus illustration rare promo. That's new. They started doing that now? They started including promos now? What do we got? Ends Reshiram. Oh, okay. Oh, that's a really cool looking card too. I would assume no. Oh, actually, no. It still actually has a good value too. I don't know if it'll work with the Zora art. If I can get, oh, sorry, the camera. If I can get the Zora art, this might end up working for me because I see that it's um a fire electric energy. Which why is it fire electric? Wait, fire electric. I mean, I guess that's the namesake of both dragons, but like, why is Reshiram electric? That doesn't make any sense to me. 20 damage for each counter on the Reshiram or the user, and then 170 if you have 4 energy, which is 2 fire and the like. So there's a code card in here for the promotional, and it's mine. And we will see if I can get the Zord to maybe make that useful. Go in there. Go. Get down in there. Get in there. Get in there. Get in there. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. There you go. Alright. Push it to the back. Make the space. We got, first off, pack is Hop and Zacian. So we'll do that one first, and then we'll do the Iona one that I tried to pull out and failed. So let's open this one as carefully as possible. So I like to conserve these. And we'll pull you out. Save the pack art. Pretty good condition. Y'all will get 10 of these, and then the rest are for me. So there's your first of 10. And let's get it. We got the basic grass. A Remoraid. Cool. Carablast. Alright, it tells me that one's in here. Torchic. That tells me that one's in here. Lilligant with Sunny Day. I do want to read this one if it wants to focus. The Command D. Come on. It's not this hard. Maybe I'm moving the desk a little bit too much. Yeah, it might be because I'm leaning on the desk. Yeah. Ouch. Attacks used by grass Pokemon and fire Pokemon do 20 more damage, which is pretty cool. Well, I bent that card. Didn't mean to do that. But at least it wasn't valuable. I'm gonna keep that there. I might be able to use that. We'll see what I can do. Maybe I gotta get a Pelil first, but we'll see what I can do with that, because that gives ideas. A Super Potion, I haven't seen that as a card in a very long time. And it is just straight 60 damage healed. Discarding energy from that Pokemon, though. That's a little bit of a bummer. But that might be worth it, depending on what you're doing. Ends Darmanitan. $30 damage for each basic energy in your opponent's discard. And then Flame Body Cannon. Discard all energy from this Pokemon, and this attack also does 90 to one of the bench. Okay. Alright. Alright. Set it to the side. Set that over there. To be fair, with Sunny Day, that does make it work a little bit better. I'm gonna set the Lilligant on top of that. I'm see if we can't cook something up there. We got Iris's Fighting Spirit. You use a card, you discard another from your hand. Draw until you have 6. Pretty good draw power. I was going to say Asian Graveler. Alolan Graveler. Hollow. Low kicks with only low sweep. That's kind of sad. I mean, it's one energy, one dark energy for a low sweep, but that's kind of sad when you think about it. And then a Noivern. Reverse Hollow Noivern. If you have the same number of cards in your hand as your opponent, ignore all energy costs. a frightening howl. And if you do that, 110 damage for free, and the opponent is now confused. That is funny. That is really funny, actually. Alrighty then. Next is the Iono Pet, or at least the first of many. Keep it as pristine as possible. Move it over there. Code card 2. Alright. Basic Fire. Durant. Morgrim. Thank you. Galarian Stunfisk. Bombardier. Another Lokix. Another Fighting Spirit. I'm going to keep that over there. Verizon. Audino. Another of Ensdor Dormanitan. I'm going to keep that there. And then Regirock. Reverse Hollow. If this Pokemon has any energy attached, it takes 30 less damage. So any energy and it takes 30 less. That's pretty cool. No tools yet, and that's interesting. No tools, no stadiums. But I bet they're coming. Next up, we got Lily. Alright, there we go. Keep them good, keep them nice. Pack number 3. Alright, we got the basic steel. Squovit. Good collect. Matang. Noibat for the Noivern. A Rockruff. Asian Golem. A Alolan Golem. Escavalier. Only 120. I mean, I guess it is 2 energy, but... And can't attack next turn. Brock Scouting. You can search your deck for up to 2 basics or 1 evolution, reveal them, and put them in your hand. I like that. Wailord. Lily's Comfey. And then a full art Iris's Fighting Spirit. That's pretty cool. Let's see here. That can't be cheap. You know, instead of scrolling down, I can just type the letter I. And then the letter R. Okay, not the greatest, but I'll take it. $4.79. And it seems like a good card to actually want to play. I mean, again, just being able to get more draw power is actually pretty cool. And as long as you have at least 1 card, you can theoretically use this to a good, like, heart's content. Do I want to put that over here? Yeah. And I got 1 in there already. Let me keep this one as collector's sake. Let's stick it over there. Let's just... Okay. All right. That's just not gonna work. All right. They stick the 2 that are in plastic already over to the side. That'll be better. Alright. Last but not least, the main man himself. What's interesting is that Lily's Clefairy EX is the big boy card of this set. But I don't care. I want the Zord. So, we got that. Code card number 4. Alright. Basic energy, but for water. A Kecleon. Flip coin. If heads, your opponent's next turn. No damage. Because, of course, it is. Another Torchic. Iono's Wattrel, Squawkabilis, with just a free, like, draw 2 cards. Well, not a free, but 1 energy to draw 2 cards is not hard. Super Potion, second one, interesting. Hops Corviknight. Oh, so 1 energy, 50 damage, and then another 50 to the bench. And then a Steel Wing lets you take 60 less damage. Okay. Bennett. Your opponent chooses 3 cards from their hand and shuffles them back into the deck. That's funny. That's funny. Fungus. Pancham. And then Iono's Bellybolt. As often as you like during your turn, you may attach a basic electric energy from your hand to one of Iono's Pokemon. But its attack is 4 energy, it does 230, and the Pokemon can't attack next turn. I don't know about that one. I would assume the regular... That's not how you spell Iono. That's not how you spell Iono. There you go. That makes it easier. Okay, it looks like the regular one is $1.49, so I'll put that there. Just to differentiate it. I don't know if I would make an Iono one. I mean, like, at the end of the day, I want to make the N one. If I don't get enough to make the N one, I'll have to see what else I could do. Because, 36 packs. I gotta be able to do something with 36 packs, right? Right? Anyway, now we can actually be barbarians. Another Iono. I believe this is code card number 5. Alright. Basic Electric. Alolan Grappler. Dunsparce. With a free switch to the bench. Impidimp. Lechonk. Octilleris. I thought this said Ends Cramorant for a second. Hops Cramorant. If your opponent doesn't have exactly 3 or 4 prize cards remaining, this attack does not do its 1 energy 120 damage. That sucks. Kinda. Lily's Pearl, finally a tool. If a Lily Pokemon this card is attached to is knocked out, that player receives 1 fewer prize card. So you can just make it a free knockout if you really needed it to. Iono's Voltorb with the Hollow. I doubt this has anything, but I could see. I sincerely doubt, yeah. Even with the Hollow, I would sincerely doubt. But still, it looks pretty cool. I like that art though. That art looks pretty cool. This attack does 20 more damage for each electric energy attached to all of your Iono Pokemon. Okay. If I get more Iono stuff, then I might be able to try and do Iono instead. We'll see. A Regice with Hollow. Mamoswine EX. You may search your deck for a Pokemon, reveal it, and put it in your hand, and then shuffle. And Rumbling March is 180, 2 fighting energy. Does 40 more damage for each stage 2 on your bench. I like that. I like that. And I was trying to think about making a fighting type, like, or I guess in this case it would be kind of ground, but it's still the fighting type in the card game. I was kind of thinking about trying to make a fighting type deck, and this one, I might just try to build around this one. If I can get the Swinub and the Piloswine, I might do that one. I might legitimately do that one. I like Mamoswine. Mamoswine's cool. Mamoswine is really, really cool. Alright, stick you over there. I wonder how the what's it called? How the Mega Evolutions are gonna go. This is pack 6? This is pack 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, this is pack 6. Pack 6. Alright. 1/6 of the way through. Let's get it. We've got a basic dark, good old Caterpie, a Magmar, Hop's Wooloo. 3 energy for 50 damage is insane. Does Hop have some way of dealing with that? Bagon, Volcarona, another Low Kicks, another Fighting Spirit. Oop, what did I do? What did I click on? I didn't mean to click on anything. Billy and Onair. So, are they from? Where are they from? Draw 2 cards, and if you have 10 or more cards in your hand, draw 2 more cards. This is great for my Tinkaton deck. I am going to put this to the side for the Tinkaton deck. I need that. That's cool. Alright, I'm going to switch some things around. We're going to go with the Regirock. And then the Full Art Noibat. Look at the little guy. Look at that little guy. Comes with a rapid draw, so that's actually some good acceleration. I am going to immediately put this in like a sleeve. I care too much about this one. I like Noibat. Noibat's cool. Noibat hasn't done anything wrong. Let's see. What is oh, that's right, because I clicked on a box and didn't mean to. Noibat. 937. That's pretty cool. I don't know if I'd use it. I think this would just be collection. I don't know if I'd use this one. Honestly, I'm not sure. Not sure. But I do love the full art of it. So it is at least going to get taken care of. Let's open up another hop. There you go. I think this is... I kind of lost count, so I'm just going to do it for the next 3, and if that's over 10, that's just over 10. I lost count. I won't lie. I'm human. We all make mistakes. Grass Energy. Parasect with Spore, because of course it has Spore. Pupitar. Alolan Geodude finally completes the tree. Audino. Put a supporter card from your discard pile in your hand. Sweet. Hop's Choice Band. Attacks used by Hop's Pokemon costs 1 energy less and do 30 more damage. Okay. See, now I understand why the Wooloo is 3 energy. Now the Wooloo being 3 energy actually makes sense. Arcuno. Post-Swick as a Stadium. Attacks used by Hop's Pokemon do 30 more damage. Alright. I see the vision. The vision's cooking. The vision is cooking. It's up there. It's getting there. Lotad. Iono's Tadbulb. I'm going to set that over there just so it's with the belly bolt. And then Iono's Kilowattrel. It might be the Iono. You must discard a basic electric energy from this Pokemon to use its ability. You may draw until you have 6 cards in hand. I was about to say 7 cards in hand, but that doesn't work, technically speaking. But alright, Iono's Kilowattrel. If it comes down to it, I'm actually going to probably make the Iono one, because I'm not getting a lot of the other end stuff. Hopefully by the end of this, we're going to get a good amount of N. And if I don't, I just don't. Alright. Code card. Good old code card. And then a basic water. A Cubone. Where's his mother at? Ends Joltik, finally. Zapping short before doing damage. Discard all Pokemon tools from your opponent's active Pokemon. Well, I found the counter to the Rubber Room EX. That's just immediately countering Rubber Room EX. If you discarded a tool in this way, your opponent is now paralyzed. That is super funny. Larvesta. Beldum. Chinchino. Another one of my favorites. Maractus. If this Pokemon is in the active spot and knocked out by damage from an attack from your opponent, 6 damage counters. And then corner to keep the opponent in. They can't retreat if it hits corner. Fair enough. So maybe 80 damage. It is basic energy, so it just gets to rip that no matter what, as long as you have the energy to give it. So 80 damage is not the worst, I don't think, especially if you're doing it like a no EX thing. I think that could work. Ouch. I mean, that also just, your opponent needs to knock it out and not just switch it out, Toad Screw with the Secret Force Path. As long as it's on your bench, your active retreat cost is 2 less. That's pretty cool. There's Petlo. Togedemaru. And Reverse Hollow Butterfree. Scale Hurricane is 60 damage for each heads, and you flip 4 coins. If at least 2 are heads. So if you do 120, the opposing Pokemon is now paralyzed. That's an insane, secondary effect there. Did it need that? I guess it did. They just saw fit to give it that, but did it need that? That's insane. All right. Never tried making a deck where it didn't have any EX in it, and I might do that later too. Not today, later, but on my own time, just so I can see if I couldn't maybe make something that kind of competes it a little bit. Another code card. Next one will be the last code card. The rest of them will be mine. Can't give away all the freebies, Basic Energy. Ends Clang. Spinning Gears. Need a Kling Clang. Furret. Jordagon. Cubone. Pangoro. Grimmsnarl. 50 damage for each each energy in your opponent's retreat cost. I wonder if there's a way to increase the retreat cost. Might be from another set. Also with Mega Punch. I'm a child. Ends PP up. Attach a basic energy from your discard to one of your end Pokemon. Alright. Keep that over there. Matang Hollow. Levincia. This is probably for Iono stuff. Once during each player's turn, that player may put up to 2 basic electric energy from their discard pile into their hand. So yeah, that's going to be for Iono. That's not my stadium pile. And then a random Ludicolo showed up. A Vibrant Dance. All your Pokemon in play get 40 health back, or get plus 40, and it doesn't stack. So it's plus 40 to your max. Alright. That's actually a pretty cool one, too, if you can get a Ludicolo just come out. There might be a way to do that, actually. If you have a rare candy. I don't think rare candy was limited to just random stuff. I think you just rare candy anything. So if you have rare candies, you can probably actually pull that out. That's just good to have. That one might be a good one. I might make a water deck with that. I have to see what else I can do. Maybe with one of the EVs as well. I'll look into Glaceon or Vaporeon and see if one of the EVs could do that. Because having that extra 40 health would be pretty cool, I think. Just another thought. Last one. Then the rest are mine. And we got the basic energy. Camera. Basic energy. Lily's Confay again. Eccentric. Q-Fant. Lombre. Clarf. Flip 2 coins for each heads. Discard energy. From your opponent, not from you. Second Levincia is pretty cool. Alolan Marowak. If any of your Pokemon were knocked out, do 120 instead of just 30. Okay. New Professor's Research. Honestly, it's always just kind of nice to have. And Clink. Alright, we're moving up. Double spin. Flip 2 coins for 20 damage, because of course. And then Salamence EX. And that's an art version. I don't know if that's full art version. I think that's just illustrated, rare. Yeah, it's not the full art version, but it is a other version that you can get. Let's see. Yeah, well, okay, alright. I don't know how to type. That looked terrible. Alright, 5 or 6. What does the good old Salamence get to do? 50 damage to each of your opponent's bench with the Wide Blast, or 300 damage and you discard 2 energy. But you can always get that energy back. Remember, kids, your discard pile is not a discard if you're not a bitch. Alright. Let's set that there. Now the code cards belong to me. I am the Pokemon boy. I am the one who loses. Anyway, we got basic fighting. Paris for the Parasect. Wingull. No, Pelipper. There's the Swined. Where did I put that? I'm going to put him over here. I don't know where I put the Mamoswine. Shelmet. Verizon. Hop's Choice Band. Articuno. Minccino. Noibat. And then Lycanroc. Spike Clad. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, you may attach up to 2 spiky energy cards from your discard to this Pokemon. I wonder what spiky energy is, actually. I haven't seen spiky energy, so that might show up. Got many more packs to go, so that might show up. See here. This is a little bit behind. I don't know why it's behind. There we go. That wasn't up to date. So we've got Steel Energy, Lechonk, another Joltik, Larvesta, Metapod, Pelipper, finally. Hop's Bag. Search your deck for 2 basic Hop Pokemon and put them onto your bench. Fair enough. If I was building a Hop set, I'm getting the cards for Hop. I'm getting the cards. Postwicks for Hop. The Choice Bands for Hop. The bag. I'm getting Hop. Finally, ends Kling Klang. So I think I have the entire line. 3 coins for Triple Smash, and 120 for each heads. That's just KO power. All right, Kling Klang it is. That's just KO power. Milcery Hollow, another Maractus, and then a regular Reshiram EX. Not Ends Reshiram, but a regular. Discard an energy for 3 energy for 200. Okay. It's interesting that the health of some EX are actually coming down. Like, the Salamence was like, oof. The Salamence was 320, but this Reshiram is only 220. Interesting that they're bringing some of that down. Wouldn't think they would do that. 96, so it'll get its sleeve later when I'm good and ready to. I won't bore everybody with that on stream unless it's something, I should sleeve, like, the Umbreon. All right. Okay. My code card. Some of these are feeling a little flimsy, so I don't know how to feel about the texture and quality of the cards when they feel a little flimsy. Basic Energy, Squovit, Matang, Noibat, Rockruff, another Pearl, another Banette, Pangoro. Look at the Paldean Wooper. Trip over, flip a coin. If heads, his attack does 20 more damage. Look at a Wooper. Good old Wooper. And then I see something else that's actually pretty good in my hand. We got the Pile of Swine over here. And then a regular Noivern. Alright. This one might have a good one in there because I see some sparkles. Alright, we got the Grass Energy. Got the Torkoal. Got a, I was about to say Kamala Harris. We got a Komala. Both actives are now asleep during your... Sorry, so I thought I saw something crawling. During your next turn, attacks used by this Pokemon do 100 more damage to your opponent's active. Interesting. So it'll do 30 and then 130 if you can get it to be not asleep. Oh, I forgot there's little Pokédex entries on the bottom now, too. It's actually really cool. I won't read them out, but, like, they're there. Coughing. Shuppet for the Bayonet. A Ruffian. Why look like Norman the teen years? Norman before he was a dad. Discard a Pokemon tool and a special energy from one of your opponent's Pokemon. They really are out for the tools. Okay. Alright, that's the first supporter. Oh my god, that's the first supporter. That I didn't just stick over here because I wanted to use it. Okay, that's funny. That's really funny. Low kicks. Finally, Combustion. Into another Torchic. Into the Toad Scroll. And then Volcanion EX. Volcanion EX. If this Pokemon is in the active spot, you may just make your opponent burned. Because why not? And then Scorching Cyclone is moving energy from this Pokemon to one of your bench. So you can cycle energy too. Volcanion. Do I need to be careful with you? You're not the full art version. Not really. Not really. I can actually stick it on top. I don't see myself using it. I mean, it is fire. It does work with the sunny day treatment. So if I wanted to go for the sunny day way, that one would be like the idea if I can get like another Volcanion. And ironically, not a lot of the greatest cards in here. Not a lot of the greatest cards. Still need another Billionaire. I was about to call it Bucky O'Hare. Wonder if that guy will ever get something in modern day. Probably not. Doesn't need it. But, you know, if anybody remembers Bucky O'Hare. Alright, Basic Psychic. Shelgon. Milcery. The Whoopie Boy. A Black Belt. Another Postwit. Clarf. Levincia. Beldum. Qfant. And another Ends Reshiram. Might be actually able to use the the counter one for the Zoroark would have way more health. And being able to just choose the attack and then get to use it would probably just make it a lot uh, more useful. Alright, another electric energy. Black Belt, Voltorb, Oricorio, Ends Purloin. Thieving Swipe, your opponent reveals their hand and you choose a card from there and put it on the bottom of their deck. Disruption, I like. Hop Sandaconda. Opponent can't retreat, and then 20 to the bench. Copperajah. Ends Castle. Ends Pokemon in play have no retreat costs. Alright, yep. I can see where that's going. Another Wooloo. Another Choice Band. And then another, a different Meowscarada. So there's Meowscarada line in here. That's interesting. Showtime. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon's on your bench, you can put it on the active spot. And if the opponent's active is an EX, it does 180 instead of just 90. At least helps it catch up. Still one shot by like most EX, but you know. I guess I would also do 200. So if you had a way to buff up the damage with, like, say, the maximum belt, actually, the maximum belt would make that kind of lethal to some EX Pokemon. Now that I think about it. Alright, basic fire. Topped Corv. Corvusquire. Yeah, Corvusquire. And Sigilith. Use this attack when you have exactly one prize card remaining, you win the game. Oh, you just skipped the last one. You can just skip the last one, okay. You just skip the last prize card. Why not? Why not? Just skip the last prize card. Finally, another Billy. Pancham. Golem. Escavalier. Another Brock. Paris. Chinchinus. And Ludicolo. Alright, starting to get some dupes of things. Still no Zoroark, though. Really hoping I'm going to get there by the end of this. Also, no energy retrieval, so I actually may not be able to make a deck with this, with, like, just this set, because I'm not getting, like, any sort of, like, energy retrieval from discard stuff, aside from Levincia. But I can at least show, like, you know, what cards I would use that I have, what cards I can use that I have, so I'll at least try that out. But I'm not getting some of the other cards I would be looking for. And then I have to think about what's Regulation F and onwards. I mean, granted, Crispin's always a good one. I'll see what I got here at the end, and we'll see what I can do. Basic Water, Caterpie, Magmar, Wooloos, Blagon, Grimmsnarl, PP, Iono's Electrode. 2 Iono's Electrode, actually. Just back to back. Thump, thump, boom. This attack does 100 to itself, so it's self-destruct, but flip a coin. If heads, you just knock out the opposing Pokemon. So, like, yeah. I would take that gamble. You get 2 of them. You get 2 bombs. Bombs. You want them? They're yours, my friend. Parasite. And another Lycanroc. I'm really wondering what the spike energy looks like, though. Alrighty. Basic Electric, Wailmer, And Zora, we're getting there. If we're getting the Zora, we're getting there. And Durumaka, I need that for the Darmanitan. Fungus, Alolan Marowak, another Pearl, Bayonet, Torkoal, Wingull, Masquerada again, but no Forgato. I mean, I have like excess of the other two, but it's interesting I'm not getting the pre-evolutions there. All right. Basic Grass, Professor's Research. We're gonna ski over here. Lily's Cutiefly. Hold still, heal 10 damage. It's a 30 HP Pokemon. A second Petalil has hit the building. Minccino, Oinkologne, Excelgor, Poisonous Ploy. Your active Pokemon is now your opponent's active is now confused and poisoned, and you switch this Pokemon with one of your bench. So it's basically poison U-turn. That's interesting. Pearl, Cram, regular Cram. Flip a coin until you get tails. This attack does 50 damage each. Of course it does. Ooh, okay, all right. Let's swap them out. We got Magmortar. During checkup, 3 more counters on your burned Pokemon. This works with Volcanion. And I have the Magmar. And Magmar is basic. I don't need Magby. Magmar is basic. Okay, alright. If we can get like 2 more of each, then we got a Volcanion. And I mean also 2 more Volcanions. But then we have that deck as well. I like the idea of that. And then finally, we have the full art Lycanroc. Complete full art. Alright. Not sure if I would use this one. I'm not sure if I would use this Lycanroc. Oh! Just the deck box fell, don't mind me. Yeah, I'm not sure if I would use this Lycanroc, because well, A, I haven't gotten the Spike Energy that it works with, and B, I'm not sure what that would work with in general anyway. And it does do 40 more damage for each counter on your opponent's Pokemon, so I would assume the Spike Energy basically turns the Chomping Fangs into a sort of like nuke, I would assume. Because that's what would make sense to me. Because otherwise, I wouldn't know exactly what you would want to do with that Lycanroc. Ooh, oh, you gotta love when your leg pops. It just feels like it pops in this entirely wrong way than it should. Alright. Anyway, basic water. And we got a Minccino. A third Petalil. Piloswine. Did I put it over here? I don't know if I put it over here. Did I put it over here? Oh, let's stick it over here. Q-Fat. Volcarona. Alolan Marowak. A Wheezing for the coughing earlier. Interesting. So you gas something, it's now confused, and you did 30 damage. And if you use the other move, you do 170. So you'll do 200 in 2 turns. Kamala Harris. Hop Snorlax. Extra helpings. Attack used by your Hop Pokemon do 30 more than to your active Pokemon. To your opponent's active. It does not stack, though. Doesn't stack. But 30 extra damage is a great bench ability to have. I wonder what the key of Hop is. It would probably be the Zacian. But that's a full art Lily's Clefairy EX. This card is $200 apparently. The hits keep coming and they don't stop coming. What? The weakness of each of your opponent's dragon is now psychic. And then this attack does 20 more damage for each bench Pokemon that just exists. If there is full bench, you do $220 damage, and then times it by 2 if it's a dragon. Lily, I'm sorry. I was unfamiliar with your game. Oh my god. Jesus, that's another one for the binder. You know what? You're good. You're gonna. I left the thing over here so I can just grab it. So you're just gonna go in there right now. Like, what? What in God's name is going on with the luck today? What is going on with that? I swear. This is just unbelievable. Insanely unbelievable. Insanely unbelievable. I don't even know how to feel about that. Wow, I'm gonna try and wait for the ad break to end. But like, okay, first off, we get the Umbreon, and then second off, we get the highest hit out of the journey together, and it's not the Zoroark. I'm not complaining, a little bit complaining, but I want the Zoroark, and I get the Clefairy EX anyway. Well, unbelievable, dog. Unbelievable. All right, you probably need the Cleffa before you can play that Clefairy too, but still. Jesus Christ. All right. And I think it was one energy too to actually play that. So if you know your opponent is like running a dragon deck, then like you just play that. That is a straight up counter to the dragon deck. Like any dragons. That's insane. I can't believe that exists. It'd be funny if I got a second one, because then that's going straight to the library. Somebody can earn that one. I doubt I'm going to get a second one. Oh, man. There's a certain thing I want to say right now, but I'm not going to ruin the moment by saying it. So, Basic Steel, which is going to be good for the ends Clink. Lotad, Nimble, Larvitar, Pangoris, Grim Snarless, PP Upidus, and Hollow Purloin, Q to Fly, and then Alcremie EX. During your turn, you may heal 30 damage from one of your Pokemon and 3 energy for a whip shot. 160. 3 bars. Let's see here. Are you... you could make a fairy deck with this. I did have some Milceries. I still want to make sure I get an end by the end of today. But if I don't, I will try and do the do I guess what a look at the Clefairy might be, maybe, because we have some things. I don't have a stadium that works with her though. I don't know if she got a stadium. There might be something in like a different set that could help out. Not sure. If not for nothing, I'll go with the hop side. But still, man, can't believe that that's happening right now. All right, basic psychic. Oop. The cards are revolting. Paris, Wingus, Swineham. I'm gonna set that over there. Shelmet. If I wanted to play the Excelgor, I'd use the Shelmet. No, wait. Shelmet goes to Escavalier. No, Shelmet goes to Excelgor. They switch. Yeah, they switch. Another of Hop's bags. Another Kling Clang. Sandaconda. Mr. Mime. Get that out of here. A Sigilith. And then finally, a Veluza EX. You discard your hand. If you did discard your hand, this attack will do 240 damage instead of 120. Interesting. Or you just do 30, or you just do 120. Very interesting. Doesn't this... I wonder if this works with the Kofu cards from, like, previous sets. It could work with Kofu. That is a thought. These could work with Kofu. I have to maybe look into that one. Okay, that. Okay, can people stop sending me Instagram reels? Like I'll check them later. Okay, I'll look at it later. Promise. He lied. Basic fire energy. Toad's cool. Mr. Mime. Oh, there's a Sprig. There's a Sprig. 3 coins, dealing 10 damage for each heads. Drampa. That's interesting. Greedent. Regice. Hops Cram. A Black Belt. A Galarian Stunfisk. And then ends Reshiram. Thought I heard some stuff going on, and I might go check that out in a second, just to make sure that everything's okay in the house. You never know when something bad is like going on, so it's always a good idea to check things every once in a while. My legs are starting to get a little bit puffy too. That's just because I'm fat. Anyway, Dark Energy. Sprig. Hot Silly Cobra. Took a while to get that. Fungus. Duramaka. Verizon. Choice Band. Arcunas. Squawkabilis. Remoratis. And a Wailord. 4 regular energy, but 50 damage for each water energy attached to it. I wonder if there's a card in here that'll increase your water energy. Perhaps. Again, a lot of things working with Iono. Only one end castle, and to be fair, I mean, like, free switching from the bench is okay, I guess, but I don't know, I was expecting a little bit more from that. Here we go. Basic energy. Shelgon. Milcery. Wooper. Black Belt. Caporaja. A second Ends Castle. Oh, I'll take it. Oinkalone. Furret. Caterpie. Second Wailord. Alright, 2 Wailords. Back to back. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Alright. Basic Energy, Durant, Morgrim, Galarian Stunfisk, Bombardier, Octillery, Wheezing, a Ruffian, or should I say Norman? Second Octillery, interesting. A second Combustion. Finally, a Dubwool. Hops Dubwool. Defiant Horn. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve, you may switch in one of your opponent's bench Pokemon to the active. And 3 energy, $80, 80 yeah, like the next Switch game's coming up, by the way, even more probably. 80 damage headbutt. That'll probably cost 2 energy instead of 3. Assuming you keep the stadium out. But you gotta keep the stadium out, and that's a little bit harder to do. Anyway, Dark Energy, Cubone, the Joltik. I haven't gotten the Galvantula yet. Interesting. Larvesta, Beldum, Oink, Excel, Pelipper. That Pangoro got different art. Is that a different art Pangoro? Cool. Rockruff, Regirock. Nothing too new there. Let's see. What we got here? We got basic. Oh my god, the camera. We got basic energy. Lily's Comfey again. Oh, I didn't realize. Okay. I see the power of the Comfey. You can search your deck for any of Lily's basic Pokemon and put them on your bench and then shuffle. Or you can do 30 damage and then go back into the hand. Okay, I see the vision there. I see where the Lily deck would shine. There's a lot of those Comfeys in the stack, I'm pretty sure. So there's just like 2 or 3 Comfeys. You get 3 of the Clefairy and the Cleffa. Maybe some of the Pearls. I just don't know if there's maybe a stadium you can use, and then, energy retrieval, draw power, things of that nature. Those are the type of cards you would want to use. Sentret before the Furret. Qfat. Lombre. Another Darmanitan. Oh, finally, something different. A redeemable ticket. Count your prize cards and shuffle them, then put them on the bottom of your deck. Then take that many cards from the top of your deck and put them face down as your prize cards. Okay, that puts them in the deck. Alright, I like that. Because, ain't nothing worse than the card you need is a prize card. So, kind of makes that a little bit better, a little bit easier. The Ruffian, after the Combustion, the Articuno, and then another Kilowattrel. Those are good ideas in here, but I want Zoroark. Give me the Zoroark, Mr. Gorbachev. Give me the Zoroark. Right. Basic energy. Zora. Tropius is not one I was expecting. Discard a card, draw 3. Swinub. Lots of Swinub. Piloswine. 1 Mamoswine EX, I think. So there's something there. Delmise. Psychic Delmise. Buying down so they can't retreat, and then Anchor Smash is 4 energy for 130. Another Oink. Another Banette. Another Hot Bag. Bagon. Drampa, Paldean Clodsire EX. Another deck idea I was actually trying to have. I get it. Your opponent's active is now poisoned and does 6 damage, and they can't retreat, so they have to sit there. And then there's Giga Impact for 220, and the Pokemon can't attack afterwards. Well, yours can't. Your Clodsire can't. Let's see here. Claude. Nah. Alright. You can go on top of here. Not the Clodsire I want to use, but it is a Clodsire. Interesting how they say Paldean Clodsire, but Clodsire is an entirely different, like, thing. It's not like they said Paldean Quagsire, they said Clodsire. I don't think I'll ever understand. Alright. Basic Water. Clink. Lotad. Nimble. Larvitar. Regice. Corviknight. Ah, finally. Spike Energy. So let's read what this does. So it counts as normal energy. If the Pokemon this card is attached to is in the active spot and is damaged, even if it's knocked out, put 2 damage counters on it. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense for the Lycanrocs. That makes total sense. Clang. Another black belt. Different black belts is actually really cool, because the other two, I think, were 2 different black belts. And then another Snorlax. We are getting close to the end of the journey together. Very close to the end. Put that here. Alright, basic fighting energy. Actually, you know what? I want to take the spike energy because I don't like losing that type of thing, and I want to put it on the tools. And then Grappler, Dunsparce, Impidimp, Lechonk, Sandaconda, Hopperaja, another Ends Castle, Cloth, Ionos Wattrel, and Metagross. I think that's the first Metagross. If Beldum and Metang are on your bench, this attack does 150 more damage. You do 280 on a Metagross? If you have the whole line? That's just Metagross like deck right there. You might be able to figure that. That one's figurable out. That one's like a no EX deck. I would try and make that. I don't have the cards right here to make it. Well, you know what? Even without the cards, I might be able to show off what I'm thinking of if I can pull up the right cards in mind. Or at the very least, I can just show the strategy. And maybe in another video later, a short video. You know what? That is exactly what I'll do. Because I don't see a lot of this making like a full deck by itself. This is really hard to do that in even all of these 36 packs. As you can see, I still have not gotten all of the pieces for all of these to work, and some of them will require pieces from other sets, especially like Stellar Crown, because Crispin's really nice. And the Glass Trumpet is really nice for Terra. So I think what I'll do actually is, I don't know when I'll get to it, but I'll make a standalone video, maybe with some help, and we'll see what I can make. Maybe I'll show, after I probably have to buy some of these Zoroarks on my own, maybe I'll show what the idea for the Zoroarks really are with Ends Pokemon. Especially if I don't get this thing in here, like now. Now would be nice. Please. Basic Energy. Parasect. Pupitarus. Geodude. Audino. Chinchino. Maractus. Toadscrew. Whalmer, Geodude. Mimikyu EX is not what I was expecting. Mischievous Hands. 2 of your opponent's Pokemon get 3 damage counters on them each. And then Ghostly Trip. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. Putting counters on there is pretty funny. Kind of funny. Ooh, this is $1. For some reason, this is $1. Let's take that over there. Alright. We got 3 packs left, I think. Yep. Three packs to go. Come on. Come on. Give me the Zoroark. I'm going to show this code card. There you go. Anyway, Basic Energy, Noibat, Geodude, Lotad, Sentret, Postwick, Cloth. Thought my phone was ringing. Laventia, Atropius, a Magearna. Magearna's just really weird. Auto Heal, as long as this Pokemon's in the active spot. Whenever you attach energy, you heal 90 damage from that Pokemon, and then Spike Draw is draw 2. Alright. Cool. Cool. I like that. I like that a lot. I'm going to put that on the inside, because that could actually be good support. That could be really good support. If I can get the Zoroark, man. In the meantime, here's a Maractus Full Art. Maractus Full Art. Maractus. But yeah, Maractus Full Art. Alright. Alright. Yep, $3.98. That's fair. Let's leave that one up. Set it over here. Okay, we got 2 packs. 2 more packs. Come on. Come on. Alright. Alright, Grass Energy. And then a Remoraid. And then a Carablast. And then a Torchic. And then a second Lilligant. And then an Explode. And then an Electrode. And then Hop's Bag. And then ends Klinklang again. And then an Excelgor. And then a Larvesta. And then a second Magmortar. It's a second Magmortar. I think, were there 2 butt ducks? I don't remember getting a second butt duck. So, I don't know. If there's 2 butt ducks, 2 Magmortars, that's at least like, you know, that Volcanion idea. We're on the last pack now. Last pack. Is it magical? Or is it a dud? Is it magical? Or is it a dud? Last pack. Dark Energy. Whalmer. The Zora. The Durumaka. The Fungus. That is a Mungus. The Excelgor. The Pelipper. The Greedent. The Lechonk. The Kecleon. And unfortunately, the Magearna. I mean, not unfortunate, but you get what I mean. Unfortunately, did not get the Zoroark. But I got the Clefairy. So you know what? We take what we can get. About the Zoroark, I can't really show the idea because like the idea kind of just formulated itself. I have like I think 2 full families of Klinklang. So I can at least talk it out a little bit. At a later date, I'll try and throw in like all the cards that I would use. I'll do my best to talk it out, behind the scenes, and and get the cards together for what I need. We got the Zoroas at least, so I just need to buy the Zoro arcs. But well, I'll see what I can figure out for those, and we'll see because we got the Reshiram. The Reshiram's pretty cool, especially with the damage counters. So Reshiram is pretty cool. Never really play the Reshiram. Well, you're never really using the Reshiram is kind of the thing. The Kling Klang, just 3 coin flips for the chance of 360 damage is really funny. The Lilligant for the thank you, bot. The Lilligant for the Volcanion deck would also be pretty cool. Lilligant for Volcanion is also a pretty good idea. Magirna in the end deck, just a heal for every time you put energy on something, is nice. Counterintuitive on the Reshiram side, but those are the things you figure out. Didn't get the Golvantula. I don't know if the Golvantula does anything. Let me see. See if I can't find like Golvantula or something. Yeah, here we go. So End Zoroark EX is 280, which is funny. You can discard a card from your hand and then draw 2. And then it's just 2 dark energy to use a benched End's Pokemon attack as this attack. So 2 dark energy instead of 4 energy is pretty good on the Reshiram side. And you only really need dark energy in the deck. If you run into the Reshiram and you can't use the Reshiram, well, tough luck. Discard the Reshiram and draw, So, you get it on the Kling Klang, you run some dark and some steel energy. You only need 2 steel energy for 1 Kling Klang, so, a half and half of like 4 and 4, or maybe a 5 and 5 is probably a good energy ratio for those. You get like your energy retrievals. You get not spinners because spinners was rotated out. Crispin, I think, is a good one. What else? I'm trying to remember what the other energy cards are. I don't think Glass Trumpet works because I don't think this counts as a Terra Pokemon unless Glass Trumpet was only for EX. Let me see here. You can only use this card if you have any Terra Pokemon in play. Okay, so if you have Terra, then maybe. If you have a Terra that works with the Zoroark, then maybe you can use the Glass Trumpet. And I'm not sure what Terra could work with this Zoroark, with the whole idea. Obviously, if I just made it to where you run 2 of each family, because then you have 4 of the end Zoro stuff, but then you kind of have like 6 of the other ones, which is 10 Pokemon. 10 Pokemon, then you find like some basic Terra for the Glass Trumpet to work, so it's just sitting there. It doesn't look like any of N's Pokemon were Terras, so it doesn't look like it would work in that sense. Maybe having the Magirna would also be kind of cool, just for healing. Let's see. We got a lot of the Swinub too, and Swinub and the Mamoswine are pretty cool. especially with if it's got a call for family. A call for family is always nice, just so you can fill out your bench. Um, let's see. Let's see. I mean, the Joltik is a thing, so like I would expect there to be like a Galvantula. Unless the Joltik never evolved. The Joltik never evolved, that's one thing. And I might just be misremembering that Joltik. And then S. Okay, we got so all the ends Pokemon in this set. We have the Zoroark, the Reshiram, the Darmanitan, and the Joltik, and the Sigilif, and the Purloin. That's right, the Purloin never evolved either. And the Clang line. The Sigilif is funny. Alright, like, the Sigilif is funny. Just be like, yeah, I win the game now. I win the game. 2 energy instead of 3 to win the game, by the way, if you have 1 prize card left. I win the game. I win. I win. That's entirely funny to me. Let me see here. Yeah, so if you use the Darmanitan and you keep discarding energy and you can find like a Terra to put in there, then like with the Terra in there you can keep getting your energy back. Likewise, if you get maybe a double turbo energy and you, well, it wouldn't work because it needs 2 dark energy. Never mind. You at least need 2 energy on it, but if you have a lot of discarded energy, like just because of like using the Darmanitan and you just do nothing but dark, which nothing but dark would be a really big risk trying to use all of that with the Darmanitan, unless there's some card that I don't know about that can circumvent the energy issues, because I can see a lot of that being like an issue with the energy, unless there's like some old end Pokemon that I don't know about, which it could be, but probably not within like standard rotation. um I didn't realize they say I on this now. They're regulation I. So the Darmanitan is an option considering you do 90 not just to the active but also to a bench. You could potentially knock out a bench clean out. And there's probably a way to use all of the end Pokemon, not all together perhaps, but like I at least know end with the Kling Clang is a yes. And with the the Zoroark with the Kling Clang is probably a yes. The Zoroark with the Darmanitan can possibly work. Oh, that's right. The PP up can bring back basic energy from your discard to one of your bench. So you need to put it back on the bench. But if you can have a free switch, I guess, just switch it to the bench. Who cares? You know? It's an item, so you can just restock on both dark energies that you use. And then yeah, just the powerful rage on the Reshiram. Like I would believe like Crispin is probably a good idea. Um Energy search, of course. Absolutely always energy search. So, yeah. All in all, pretty good pack opening. Pretty good, pretty cool, pretty good pack opening. I have a bunch of cards that I can shift through. Um, yeah, I'd say this is pretty nice, pretty well done. And in the future, I will try and like get an actual video going, showcasing like what the thought process could be and like all of the stuff. But hopefully, me talking about it at the end here was also like a good idea and breaching point to like maybe put it into perspective. Again, I'll have visual clarity later. Oh wow, that Zoroark is $10. Ooh, okay. Was not expecting that. That Zoroark is $10. That Zoroark is expensive. Ah, I need 2 of them too. That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun to try and find. If I don't just find a way to get another journey together, which I don't know how long that'll be. I'm not gonna open that on stream either. But for now, I think I will take what I can get, lick my wounds. Lick my wounds. Saying that like I didn't just get $500 from what I just opened today. But yeah. With that being said, thanks for watching. Take care. Have a fantastic night. I will see you hopefully tomorrow. I'm just gonna check something right quick, actually, while I have the chance to, and make sure that I am not talking out of my teeth. Hopefully tomorrow I will see y'all for some more Doclandis. And so stay tuned for the chaos and me wanting to strangle somebody for keep going Darkling. Uh have a fantastic night. Take care. I'll see you next time. Peace out.